Okay, it is that time again. It is Sunday. It is 8:05, not 8 o'clock, but you know how this show goes. In bed by 10. So at 9:59, this show cuts off. But we are joined by Mike McCaffrey. Billy Wood will be joining us at some point, but we've just found out he's on the coach coming back from an away game today. So yeah, but Mike, how are we on this?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Ben. Mental day yesterday. Went out with the lads, had it all day. Bit of a Christmas one. You know, is what it is. It ended a bit sour, but we won't get into that. And it's today I've been doing the family thing with everyone. So,
nice.
I'm a bottle of red deep. I might not look it, but all is well, and I'm here to see the big man down here.
That is right. And our guest this week is none other than Littlehampton manager Mitch. How are we?
I'm good, mate. I'm all good. I'm recovering from our Christmas do last night, but I might have a little bit of the Sunday fear, but I'm all right. I'm good.
Good. Let's start with yesterday's game. Was it 2-2 in the end? Looking at yesterday's game, what can you take from it? And what's your season looking like so far?
We were good, to be fair, yesterday. We've been really poor for, like, I'd say the last 4 or 5 games. Maybe we've really hit a wall. I don't know where it's come from. We've had a few injuries, got a few people coming back now, but we're leaking goals. We're absolutely leaking goals. And it makes for decent games, but like yesterday was a prime example. We was 1-0 down. Second half, we come out and played really well, battered them second half, ended up 2-1 up in the 95th minute, and then the last kick of the game, they've had a shot, Bill's gone to save it, fumbled it a little bit, and they've tapped it in, so it just seems to be how it's going for us at the minute. But yeah, overall, mate, it's all good. It's fine. We're almost win, lose, draw, win, lose, draw. It's just a bit of a pattern at the minute, but we're trying to work the league out, to be honest. We're working this new league out, and we're enjoying it.
Oh, nice. So what was when you obviously say working out the new league, so when your season started, what was it you said to the lads at the beginning of the season? What are you aiming for this season? Is it mid-table finish? Is it playoffs? Or is it just, trying to work out what the teams are all about?
To be honest, I was a bit unsure because I didn't really know how to take the league. We ended the season really well last year, and then going into this league, I was quite sure that it wasn't as strong as that Southeast. That Southeast is really tough league. Yeah. But we're working out that it's the teams. I wouldn't say are as good as the Southeast teams, but the league is like hard in its own way. It's like if you look now, so I think we're 16th. We're 5 points off of the bottom 4, and we're 4 points off of 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
So the league is just mad. Like, you look at it, if you look at Bognor, they were near the bottom about 6 weeks ago. I think they've won 5 or 6 games, and now they're pushing for the playoffs. So it's one of them leagues you haven't got a clue. You genuinely haven't got a clue. Like, you could lose bottom of the league like we have, and you could end up beating first or second. It's really weird. It's well competitive. The levels may be slightly lower than the Southeast, but it's a much more exciting league. It's good.
Yeah. I'd say looking at that, so you've got some real nitty gritty teams that you're like, we really got to play them this week, or sort of. Oh.
It's proper. Yeah. It's proper old school. Honestly, Mike, if you saw some of the games, it reminds me of County League maybe 15 years ago when it was like proper. Like we played Egham yesterday, and they had 3 centre halves that are all 6'3", 6'4", just bang bang heading the ball constantly, and they're far more physical, I'd say, than the Southeast. But it makes for really good games. If you look at the score lines in our league, it's like 4-3s, 3-2s. It's a well good league. We're proper enjoying it, and it's nice. I tell you, the nicest thing about it is not having to go to Kent every other week. It's the shittest drive going up there, and now we get to go to like the different ones. You go up like sort of Guildford's Dorking way, and it's like it's just a nice change from what we've been used to for the last, what was it, 3 seasons, I think.
Mitch, we did it. We did a pod before. You were brilliant on it, by the way. Thank you for that, mate.
Thank you, mate.
You said as well. I know you, Gaskin, that know nothing really about these teams. You're going into it blind. Little Hampton, they don't know much about you.
Mm.
You've said that these have had 3 6'3", 6'6", whatever it is, centre halves. Bit like what you would get over in the Kent, a bit more physical in that way. But I am looking at the league, mate. You put 2 wins together, you're pushing for the playoffs. That's how mad it is.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so weird. Do you know what? Like this is the first time me and George spoke about this yesterday. Actually, this is the first time where we've been at this level where I actually feel like we're underachieving a little bit. I feel like we should be winning more games. Like usually in that southeast, every game felt like an absolute dogfight. You had to do the most to win a game. But this game, like us, we've left points so many places just by mistakes or not quite taking our chances. But it gives you hope because you're like, do you know what? If we actually tidied ourselves up a little bit, there's no reason why you couldn't win 4 or 5 in a row, and then, like you said, be looking upwards. But it works both ways, doesn't it? Because you lose 3 or 4 in a row, and all of a sudden you're back in a dogfight like we were last year. But yeah, I think I'd like to think we'll be all right in it. We just we need to. You need to string 3 together. I think 3 wins in a row, and then you're sweet.
You've had a lot of injuries, mate. I know that. Key players, big key players, and it's been consistent all the way through. We chatted on the other show, and it is 3 alls, 3 1s, 3 nils, 4 3s. Why is that? Have you got problems at the back?
You wouldn't think so. If you saw our team, like we've got good defenders, but I think it's partly down to me and George because we've always just been so attack that we concede loads of goals. We always have. Even when we won the treble that year, we conceded so many goals. Every game was like we were winning games like 6-3 and stupid results because all we ever concentrate on is trying to score. But we've got really good defenders, so it's I don't know. You know what it's like as a defender. Sometimes when you're on a run of conceding goals, you're just waiting for the next one to go in. You're thinking, no matter what I do here, they're going to score. So I feel like we're in that little stage at the minute, and it's a bit of a mental one, isn't it? It's like it's not so much down to the ability of the players or how they can defend. I think it's like having that mental toughness. I said we need a clean sheet like desperately. We just need a clean sheet so that they know they can keep a clean sheet. But yeah, it's hard really because it does make for good games to watch, but. Yeah, poor Bill in goal. He's making like 4 or 5 really good saves every game, and he's still conceding like 3 goals. Yeah, he's a big old lump as well, isn't
he? Can you go more into for the people that don't know at home? You go more into some of the injuries you've had this year because I don't know many teams that have had as much as you and Gas have had to face.
Do you remember when we spoke before? You were like, "You've got loads of defenders." Do you remember you kept saying, "What are you going to do with them all?" Mate, for about 6 weeks, we had none. We literally had none. Nick Dirienzo was injured. Tejan was banned. Jake Sayers was injured. Ryan Yora Thomas was injured. Mate, we had nobody. Literally nobody. When we played Porchester about 4 weeks ago, I think we had 3 under-18s on the bench. And but literally we had nobody available. It's just mental. You couldn't make it up. Like I signed about 10 defenders and I had about 2 by 3 weeks into the season. But they're filtering back now, so I can't complain too much. I'm never really bothered about injuries. I said it. Who did I say it to the other day? I think I said it to Tej. I said it to Tej. I said, I'm not being funny. I know this sounds rude, but if you are injured, then you're just dead to me. I said, you're no good to us. So I said, give me a shout when you're fit.
I'll tell you what, I saw that Sayers player the other day. I reckon he's a Rolls Royce, that lad.
He's a good player, isn't he? He's good.
Yeah, mate. I'll proper rate him. Absolutely rate him. I want to talk about a couple of teams in your league, though, if that's all right, mate. Where do you think the top 2, 3 are going to come from?
Don't think it'll change much.
From what? From Leatherhead, Westfield, and Money?
I think I haven't seen Moneyfields, but they win every week.
Well, I know their gaffer, Cal, and he's was at Petersfield. You know.
Yeah.
Spot on, really good.
Mate, fair play to him because they're fucking smashing it every week. I see them, they're winning. But Leatherhead are good. And Westfield are like they're proper. They're almost like the sitting born of that league. Like they're just
Right.
organised, straight to the point. Like no mistakes, no risk, but they're just really, really sort of streetwise and well structured. So they were hard to play against. But yeah, I think it'll probably be a shootout between them two at the top. Like I said, I haven't seen Money, so they might be better than both of them. I don't know.
Possibly, possibly. One thing I want to let the listeners know as well: the things at your club behind the scenes. Now, a lot of people may not know. You and Gas got given like a 3-year deal, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That to me shows belief and long term in you and him. I thought what Mac did and some of the other lads, they gave you the ball and said, you know what? We have faith in you. Go and do it. You know, tell me a bit about the people behind the scenes, mate, because I really like the club. You know, I love the banter there. Some of your fans, my kind of people. Do you know what I mean? The type of fans that you go out on the piss with on a Wednesday and come back Sunday. You know, talk to me about the people behind the scenes that actually make things happen for you guys.
Yeah, they're class them. Like you know a few of them as well. And I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
actually, I spoke to Mac yesterday. So this is fairly new news to me, but they've sold the Sportsman. So
Oh,
they've sold the land, which is the Sportsman and the tennis courts. They're building. I think they've sold it for like 1.5 million or something. They were saying. So they've sold that. They are building. I think it's residential flats. They're building there. So what they're then doing is they're going to close the pitch off finally,
good.
um, full time. So it's going to be partitioned off from the cricket. They're going to build a new cricket pavilion, and then where our stand is, the new stand, just to the left of that, they're going to build us a new clubhouse. So finally, we'll have our own come from the bar. We'll have almost the pitch will be ours. That area will be ours because you know what it's like. We share it with the cricket at the minute,
Cricket. Yeah.
meaning that we're not fucked in August. We can play at home. We can do whatever we want with the pitch basically. And then I think they're gonna go through the process of laying down a 4G. So Matt was saying to me yesterday, he does it to me all the time. He just goes, just keep me in this league until I get that bar. But he said to me, he said, if you can keep me in this league for another 2 years, he said, once we've got that bar, once we're using the pitch for whatever we want to use it for, he said, we'll chuck loads of money at you, and hopefully we can then go because they want to get to Isthmian Prem. That's their goal.
So you're
So
telling
they're
me, mate,
saying,
you
hey,
don't get the revenue from the bar?
we don't get a penny from the bar, not a
You're
penny.
joking.
No, we don't get a penny. No,
Fucking
the bar
hell.
is completely the bar's completely separate. It's a members club, so the Sportsman's nothing to do with the football club. So just think, when we was having that Vars run, right? She was
Everyone was like that.
Kimmy, who runs it, was doing about 4 or 5 grand a game behind the bar, and we didn't get a
Wow.
penny.
I didn't know that. Sorry, mate. I
Yeah,
did
no,
not know that.
we don't get a penny. So the difference that'll make, that's why we've got no money. But the difference it'll make when we've got our own bar and we can do what we want with the pitch, because even little things like renting it out for games, doing tournaments, getting other teams training there and stuff like that, just all the bits that make you that cash that sort of allows you to compete. I think we'll be able to do that within the next 3 or 4 years, hopefully. So yeah, it's looking good, mate. It's looking really good. I had a good conversation with Mac yesterday.
So that makes what you've done over the last 3, 4, whatever years it is, yeah, even more special, because I fully believed, like probably loads of people, that you got that. I thought there was only a few teams that didn't get that, such as like in our leagues, you know, the Lancings, for example,
Yeah,
they don't get
Lance.
stuff like that. Yeah, that must have massively hindered you. Do you know? Has that ever been to a point where you couldn't get the right people in because the budget weren't there?
Yeah, sort of. But where we've never really known any different. So we almost shop in like a certain market. Do you know what I mean? Like you see the players we signed. A lot of the players we sign are from County League. We have to find like diamonds in the rough. But I think like what's our now? I think we basically spend about 850 quid a week, £900 a week. I think it is.
And that, if you doubled that, some teams have doubled that in the county prem.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, when I think I said this to you on the last one, the year of the bars, the treble year, we were spending, I think it's £450 a week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we had. That's what we had that year. Swear to God, it's mad.
Well, that is absolutely incredible. You know, that hats off to you guys for that. But that sounds to me effing exciting for the club, the fans, the community, all around. You know, the way I'm looking at it, Bognor are doing it. They're trying to get a pitch in there. Burgess Hill, they're all trying to do it. You know, because you get that revenue stream. You know,
I personally, I don't like them pitches. I've got to be honest. I don't like, and I don't really like change as well. So it'll be weird, like the bar moving and stuff. I love the Sportsman. I've grown up in there, but I love like our pitch. It's basically one of the last fucking local grass pitches, like decent ones, especially in the summer. So losing that will be a shame. But I don't think clubs have got a choice anymore. I don't think they have. You have to do it, otherwise you're not sustainable. It's impossible.
Exactly that. That's why Burgess Hill, obviously they're in the Isthmian now, but I mean, the owners there, they pumped a load of money into getting.
But they've got a lot of money, mate.
They've got a lot of money, but obviously they've done that to the longevity of the club as well. Same like Bognor are doing, because they know they can rent it out and there'll be an income coming from that. But also, it's like we talk about like Mark White at Dorking. He's not a massive fan of the pitches because so many players get injuries.
ACLs, mate. More ACL injuries you get from a artificial pitch to that. There is definitely a stat that is concerning for that. But the same as what Mick says, if you can't get to that level where you've got to make the investment to have that, how can you then kick forward as a club? Do you know what I mean?
It's impossible, mate. Honestly, like and again, like when I say about the budget and stuff, it's never changed since we've been in this league. It's always been the same because that's what we got. That's what we got. So that's what we have to work with. But and like Mac's really honest about it. He's like, look, if I can ever do anything with the club that means that we can give you a little bit more money, then yeah, we'll do it. But at the minute, it don't exist. It's not there. So yeah, if you remember at the start of last season, I actually said to him, I said, look, I knew how much we basically had over the year. And me and George both said, look, can we give it a go at front loading? Can we spend a bit more money in the first couple of months, bring in some better players with a bit more pedigree, hopefully win games? And it's because we always say it's a bit like chicken and egg, isn't it? Because you're like, if you bring in them players that you're paying more, but you start winning games, when Littlehampton win games, the gate almost doubles. You get like 400-500 through the gate. So if you bring these players in at the beginning, win a couple of FA Cup games, maybe a trophy game or two, you're overspending, but you know what you're doing. But we did it last year with Rob, with who else did we have? With Langy, with we had Nathan Cooper as well at the start of it, and we tried that and it just didn't work. So by the back end of last season, we were fucking skint. We were absolutely skint, but we ended up doing all right. So yeah, this year he was like, we're not doing any of that. We're not doing that front loading again. We were like, no, that's fine. But yeah, do you know what though? Sometimes it's nice because that manages expectations when you've got when you're working on a bit of a shoestring. It's like, I don't know. I feel like it lessens the pressure on the players and obviously the club in general, and it gives you that sort of like siege mentality, doesn't it? Where you can all go, right, look, we know that we're punching above our weight a little bit, but that's almost like our gig, isn't it, for Littlehampton? So it's not. I never complain about it too much because I'm sure there's clubs with less, not many, but maybe a couple.
Give me a couple of words before I chuck over the pen there. Give me a couple of words, right? As I mentioned earlier about your fans, right? Those guys, as you said, when they turn up and Littlehampton are winning a couple of games in a row, the crowd gets in there. They are potentially a proper 12th man, that lot. If I was playing against coming up to Littlehampton and they were on it, those lads, you already 1-0 up, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they are brilliant. And like you said, when we get on a roll, it just snowballs and it becomes like ridiculous. The funniest one ever was when we played Loughborough students in that semi-final. I saw their it must have been their assistant manager, their coach. He started setting their warm-up up and he set the keep ball right in that top right-hand corner where all the nutters, all the hooligans were. And he set it up there. And I remember thinking, oh, this is amazing because they're going to be doing the keep ball just before they go in and they've got every fucking hooligan in Littlehampton screaming at them, like frothing at the mouth. And I actually thought to myself, how bad is this? Because they don't know that that's where our fans go. And then that assistant manager's got a choice to make because he either thinks, do I move it? Do I move it and shit myself? Or do I let the boys warm up there and get absolutely berated for like 15 minutes before the game? They walked in, honestly, they walked in the changing room and they were thinking, what the fuck is going on
They
here?
must have seen 60 Stone Island coats.
Honestly.
Around.
Yeah, it was, it was so funny. And then we went 1-0 up in like 30 seconds. No wonder why.
I personally love what you do down there, and Gaskin. I know. You know, he don't like these media things. He's shy like that. I've asked him many a times. You know, but I know he's a huge part of your success. An absolute great guy in there. I'd love it if you kicked on and had a proper run. Yeah, I've got to come down there, and I keep promising this, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, get down to a game, boys. You'll enjoy it.
100%. Lee?
Yeah, so if we just go back to sort of the end of last season, so I was at the Amex for your game against Horsham.
Don't stick a nail in him now,
mate. I'll never get over it. I'll never get over it. Honestly,
I've got to say,
mate, on the telly. I was like,
so I was at your semi-final as well.
Yeah.
Road. And mate, I've got to say, you were that from start to finish in that final, you were the better team, 100%. And it was just at the end.
I think dominated that as well.
They got that free kick, but from that game, what were obviously I know the boys were devastated and everything after, but how were they at the start of that evening, ready to in that final and how they played the first half and coming in and that?
I remember they weren't. I wouldn't say like we were confident, because you'd be stupid to be confident against a team that good. But it was where the semi-final, that semi-final, that's my favourite game ever for Littlehampton against Eastbourne Borough. Such a good game. I've never seen us play like that, like so relentless for 90 minutes. Like, and they were flying at the time, weren't they, Eastbourne Borough? And we absolutely ran them off the pitch. So I think going into the Horsham game, we were just like, we're just going to do exactly the same. So we knew that, like, I spoke to Dom about this actually not too long ago. We had no choice but to try and fucking unsettle them, basically. So that's what we did straight away. But they were off it as well, Horsham. They were off it that night. So it's a hard one, isn't it? Because like I say, like I should have gone to pens. You might not have even won on pens, but I don't know. I did feel like if we'd have took them to pens, I felt like we'd have won it. You know, you just get that feeling. You think, yeah, but heartbreaking, mate. The worst thing is, I saw the ref out not long ago, a couple of months ago, and I'll never get over that he gave that as a foul.
Yeah. You didn't see him in
No, I see him in Brighton. And I was like, and I give him a look, but it's hard though, because I want to be horrible, but I just can't. So like, I said to him, I was like, you know, you made a mistake, didn't you? And he said, no, it was definitely a foul. And I was like, oh, mate.
It weren't. It was not a foul. It is.
He stuck it in the top corner, didn't he? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Mitch? It's mad. In your relatively short time as a gaffer, you've had Vars finalists, Sussex Senior Cup finalists, working on an effing shoestring. I want to know what your week looks like at Littlehampton behind the scenes.
Mate, we're really, really old school. We don't overcomplicate anything. Like, I'd be lying if I said like we're every day flat out trying to work on things to get better and stuff. Me and George talk all day, every day. We actually we had a massive tear up actually yesterday. Me and George. I took him off at half time because he was on a booking. He was going to get sent off. So I had to take him off, and he's like throwing his boots around and that. And then we were in the middle of Brighton. All the boys are like stood at the bar, and me and him are sat on a table just fucking giving it to each other and that. But we're all right now. I think we're all right. Anyway, we got a cab back together. So
both of you are winners.
Yeah, but also we've been mates for so long. Like, we've had loads of Barneys. We have it all the time. But we just can get on with it and move on. But yeah, no, we talk like every day. But I mean, we train. We usually train once a week. Like, we train on the Tuesday, so it's not like
that's mad. That's
mad,
we once a week.
The problem is, mate, when you're paying people like 50 quid a week and you're asking them to drive from we got players from Crawley, from Brighton and that, it's actually a little bit, sometimes you benefit more with the players by going, we don't want to take the piss out of you. Like, come training for an hour and a half on the Tuesday. We'll work on some bits, and then we'll give you the information on the Saturday. Like, that's always how we've worked. To be honest. I've always got my players' head on, and I think, like, would I really want to like train twice a week? Not really. I hate the training anyway. So yeah, yes, it's hard, mate, because we're very simplistic in how we don't overcomplicate anything. Me and George, we just try and make it a nice place to be for the boys, and then just try and get the best out of every single player. That's all we do.
I've just had a message come through. Someone's struggling with their laptop to ask you a question. If you could bring 3 players back from your previous Littlehampton teams, budget not included, who are you bringing back?
Or right now, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have. Who would I have? I'd have Dion Jarvis for his celebration against Horsham YM yesterday, because that was. Do
you know what? I love that, because Stenning give it, YM give it, Haywards Heath give it. When you give it, you got to take it.
Yeah, I do. You know what? Watching that, Dion was messaging me earlier. He was like, "You need to watch this. Watch the highlights of this game." He said that it went off. Absolutely. Did you go to it, Lee?
Yeah, I was there yesterday, mate. Yeah.
Do you know what though? The only thing I don't understand is I was watching the highlights and I saw Horsham's goal, and I assumed that it was like late. I thought they'd scored with like 10 minutes to go, because they were loving it. Obviously, don't get me wrong, they were absolutely stunning and good, didn't they? So they were loving it. They're all running off out the dugout. And then the next highlight, it was dark, and I thought, had they scored in like the first 20 minutes and celebrated like that?
Yeah, no. So they scored in the first half with about, I think it was about, must have been 15 minutes to go before half time, I believe.
Why did it go up?
YM went 1 up.
YM went 1 up, didn't they? Lee, there's obviously a bit of needle between them two there. Is that why they were loving it so much?
Yeah. Yeah, right, there's a lot. There's a lot going, because when Stenning played YM first time this season, Stenning done them 6-1 at home at YM. And yeah, I believe there's a bit of needle then. But and then yesterday, YM had 5 players out through injury and suspension. Plus, manager was suspended as well. So you've got influential people that aren't there.
Right.
But yeah, as soon as YM scored and they celebrated, I think that's when Stenning were like, right, we're going to come out second half and we're gonna play. And then YM got a player sent off, and I think Stenning just smelt blood.
Yeah. Who got sent off? Do you know?
Huh?
Who got sent off?
I think it was Leon Fisher.
Our sponsor,
I believe. No. I think it was Leon. It might be his twin
brother.
Curse
of the sponsor.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But all I could say was it shouldn't have been ascended off.
Oh, really?
It was not a handball. He got set off. It was not a handball at all.
What? So deliberate handball?
It was. It's hit him there.
Oh, we are. Here we know. Here's the gaffer himself.
Oh. 5 minutes before half time.
That's class, Charlesy.
But yeah, so it definitely wasn't a sending off. And then from them, Stenning were just like, right, we're going to go at them now. And I've got to admit, Stenning's last 2 goals were cracking goals.
Yeah, I saw him. I saw Dion's one with the right foot. I had no idea that he could do that. And then, his celebration, though, Joe, that was proper made in Littlehampton. When I saw it, I thought,
Mitch, what's he like behind the scenes? Because he looks he's a fucking quality player. You know,
yeah, he's an absolute handful, is what he is. Like,
is he?
He's and he's technically underrated as well, because it'd be the first to admit he's quite awkward, which makes him really hard to defend against. He's so awkward, and he's gangly, and he's strong, and he's like athletic, but technically he's a lot better than he gets credit for. But he's quality, Dion. He's one of my best mates. He's a good man. He'd be with us if circumstances were a little bit different. Let's put it that way. But we sat down in the summer. We met up for his birthday, and me and him met early. And he said, like, look, I'm thinking of going to Stenning. I need a bit of a change. He's had a bit of a difficult year or so. And he fell out of a couple of people at Littlehampton in the club. So it was like he was almost like, I just need to get away from it for a little bit and just try something different. But like I just wanted to sort of speak to you first and let you know, because yeah, it's when we got people like that are from our area playing for other teams, it's quite tough to take, to be honest. Like I'll be completely honest, when I look at that league and I see like Joe and Dion and some of our boys playing for Stenning, I'm a bit like, I begrudge it a little bit. I'm not very good with stuff like that.
Just before I asked you for your other two players, I'd said Jack Mundy, Roffey FC manager, messaged me. He's gone, ask Mitch if he remembers locking me and the team in our own changing room at Allport after a game when we beat him. He said,
Honestly,
I was fuming at the time, but hilarious now.
I swear to God, that's one of my favourite things ever. So they so they beat us. It wasn't actually me; it was my brother. But they beat us.
Your brother's a proper one as well.
Yeah, he's mental, isn't he? He's a fucking absolute loose cannon. But this is what happened, right? So he'll remember we had like 2 or 3 players sent off, and they beat us. I think it was 5-4 or something. And then we've gone in the changing rooms, right? And they're absolutely loving it in the changing room. They got the music on and that. My brother's nudged me, and he goes, "Have a look." He went, "They've left the key in the outside of the door." And he goes, "Watch this." And he locked the door, put the key in his pocket, and I swear the funniest thing, right? We've got into their clubhouse. This is my brother all over. Got into the clubhouse and he had the key and he just went over his shoulder, threw it in the corner of the room. Our secretary Coxie was coming over going, "They're smashing the door down. You've locked him in the changing room, Danny." And Danny went, Why do you assume it was me?" And I went, well, to be fair, it is you. And then the funniest thing, they finally got out of the changing room, right? And they've come into the clubhouse. They do an amazing spread at Roffey. They did all this lovely food.
Yeah,
and as they came out, they were going, no food for Littlehampton. And my brother was going, "No, we've had it all already." He was going to the lady behind the thing. He was going, "Your players are bang out of order, like waiting that long to come out the change room. The food's going to be cold now." And they were fuming. Honestly, it's so good.
That's classic from your brother and that. And yeah, Jack, cheers for that message, mate. Who's your other two?
Cheers, Jack. Good man.
Who's your other two?
Oh, other two. Jordan Clark from as a centre half from that year. Mate, he was like.
Is he at Rustington still?
He's at Rustington. Yeah.
Oh, must be getting a few bunts over there to beat. There, mate.
Jordan's a bit odd, mate. He just wants to play with his mates, and he doesn't really give a shit about football or anything. So he's like, "I'll just turn up, play, and then have a few beers." They're like his proper mates that are at Rustington. So, and he was after the Vars, he was just a bit like, "Do you know what? Like, I ain't gonna ever do anything better than that. So I'm done, pretty much." But yeah, Jordan that year was just like, he was a joke. He scored about 8 or 9 goals, like scored in all the big games as well. So I'd have Jordan, Dion, and I would have. I'm going to pick a bit of a random one. Actually, no, Tom Biggs. Stupid question. Best player we've ever had.
Rated him when we were on the podcast. You just said he was
the best.
Gravy. What, 36 out of 38 games or some shit like that?
Just a joke, mate. He was so good. Like, if you ask anyone that played in that team that year, he was just like. We just gave him the ball and just said, "Do what you want with it." Like if he was there, we were like, "We'll win. If you're here, we'll win." He was that good, and then like he just vanished. He just went off into the sunset, just disappeared. Honestly, after that game, and I text him every season. I'm like, and he always goes to me because he said he was retiring after Wembley. He's only a year about, what is he, 32, 33? But every year I text him, like I'll send him like a 1 a.m. text after we've lost the game and I'm like down in the dumps and I'm like, "We might get relegated, Biggsy. You need to come back." And he's like, "You'll be fine." But he's like, "But if you get to that last 4 or 5 games and you're struggling, I will come back." And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll be all right then." Biggsy, legend.
Yeah.
You got the 3 players you bring back. So players currently at the club. So who is the Joker, the player that frustrates you the most, and the player that is just awful at training, doesn't like training?
Who was the first one? Joker. Yeah, training's, mate.
Oh, it's not as I've never got up for it because it weren't competitive enough. Do you know what I mean?
No, I was the worst. I was the worst trainer as a player. And then the hardest thing is a lot of the boys I played in the same team with. And then if I'm there trying to tell them to train properly, I was just fucking shooting as much as I could in training. But Joker is Tej because he's just crackers, isn't he?
I love
Yeah.
Sparky.
Yeah, Tej
my
is a
guy.
madman. But yeah, he's the Joker. Most frustrating one after our row yesterday, definitely George. But who else is frustrating? There's about 9 or 10 of them in our team at the minute, all defenders. No, they're all right. We've got an all right group, to be fair. They're all fine. And what was the last one, Lee? Worst in
Bad
training.
Worst at training.
Marshall Ball, because we have like we have all these under 18s. Yeah, I know. We have. He got banned. Did you see the other week, Macca? He got 2 red cards in a row.
I know.
And did you see the second one where he fucking rugby tackled the kiddie for no reason?
Well, he's the longest in the shower, mate. Do you know
Mate, so do you know in that game, right? You couldn't make this up. We was at who was it? Kingstonian away. So
Yeah.
the whole thing was like we're going to take our time with every free kick, every throw. We're going to slow the game down. No pattern, no rhythm. We'll sort of play off of like set pieces, whatever. So the second half, I think it was 0-0. We've come out the second half and we're like, yeah, slow the game down, keep slowing the game down. They've give a foul away. Their kiddie's picked up the ball. So he's slowing the game down for us. Marshall chased him and rugby tackled him from behind to get the ball to play quick. I was like, what goes through your mind? And do you know what he says to me? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, fair enough.
I really like Bowley.
And before the game, right, he'd been sent off the previous game, remember? So he'd been sent off on Tuesday night. But in the team talk for that game, I've gone, Marsh, like, if this was you 2 or 3 years ago, like, I wouldn't trust you, like, you'd be nowhere near the team and that, but you've matured so much now, you're a different man.
That
I was
reminds me of
thinking,
Mourinho and Balotelli when he told him not to get a booking.
don't get a booking. First thing he does gets a booking.
46th minute after the team talk, 1 minute in, booking. There you go.
But what do I expect from these people though? Come on, like, I know them more than anyone, like, and I'm thinking that, yeah, so it was always going to happen, wasn't it? But
well, you'd have them in the trenches, wouldn't you?
oh yeah, all day long. Like he played yesterday, so they were big and physical, and he comes off the pitch and he's battered, mate. He gets battered by the away fans. He gets battered by everyone on the pitch. He's just an absolute punch bag, but he's so good at what he does. Like Lee, you would have seen him in that final against Horsham. He was just like Teach calls him the Terminator.
Yeah.
Because he's just a fucking robot, and he just runs around booting everyone.
Oh, mate. Yeah, so I will definitely be down for a game after Christmas. So
yeah. I'll come down as well, mate. And
get down, boys.
You might give us a little insight behind the scenes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, come in the changing room, do whatever you want, mate. It'd be good.
Love that. And I'll make sure I meet up with your ultras before to have a few sherbets, as they say. So
you won't make the game.
Who is? This is what I want to say about the fans you've got. Now, at the final and at the semi-final, there was a bloke dressed as the Mask.
Yeah.
All yellow suit, clean face,
and he's in the book and all. That's crazy.
Do you
not know who that is, Mike? It's Ian Burgess. Remember Mark Burgess is his brother.
No.
Yeah. So that's who it is. And he has the megaphone.
Battle with Burgess.
Yes.
Yeah. He has the megaphone. Yeah, he's well funny, to be fair, but and he lives about 10 doors down from me.
Well, you see him, tell him I said hello because that's fucking quality, mate.
Yeah, you know, nah, they're class. Them, like, they're brilliant, aren't they? They're good laugh.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, it was just seeing it, looking there. You see his bloke turn up in the Mask outfit, and it's like, who the hell's that?
Yeah, you think this team are a bunch of weird ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that sums us up. Yeah, seeing him in the crowd, you're like, yeah, that's Little Hampton, isn't it?
No, you've done great things, mate.
Yeah,
I love to see it. You yourself, you know, I have the utmost respect for you and Gas over there and the lads. Can't wait to come down and see you, mate. We'll pick a decent home game in January. We'll make it happen. And yeah, thank you ever so much, pal, for coming on.
No worries, boys. Enjoyed it,
mate.
Wicked. Right, later on, my man.
Cheers, lads. See you later.
Cheers. Thank you, mate.
Mitch,
Right.
what a guy.
Yeah, top bloke. Can't wait to get down and see Littlehampton play, because since I've been doing this, I haven't been down there. I've been to Wick, but I haven't been to Littlehampton yet.
Do you know the one thing about Mitch, right? He's always open. He's always open. He leaves nothing unturned. Cards on the table. You know, anytime you want to get interview off him, you want to get a pod off him, he's there.
They do it.
You know, he's a pleasure to do business with them.
That's the first time I've probably spoke to him.
Yeah,
and
what I say as well, you know, it's a pretty unique situation with him and Gaskin, because they're like joint managers. Do you know what I mean? And both of them were extremely good players, and obviously Gas still is. You know, to make it work the way they do is something really special. You know, so I think that's great. Just had a message from the project. Billy Wood.
T-minus 9 minutes now.
In about 10 minutes. I think he's trying to find a club that will take him in for a Saturday or something like that.
You got to remember, he's always got his CV to hand. So, you know.
He has got that CV to hand all the time. But, Lee, what's been happening this weekend, mate? I've been a bit out of the loop, because obviously been doing the old Christmas do type stuff, and you know I can't miss them.
No,
so
we know.
What's been going on?
Well, obviously, as you know, earlier in the pod, I was staying in Horsham yesterday.
I think. Do you want to talk about? I think Billy's got a couple of comments he wants to make about that. Should we?
Yeah, so we'll wait till Billy's on, and then we'll let him go that. But
What about not the shock of the day, because they were due one. All right, we've already had him ask a question. Jack Mundy's Roffey.
I was going to come to that. Yeah.
I was on a pod with the SNF pod with Kev Hayward Seif Wednesday. Fantastic what they're doing at the club.
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, I can't speak more highly enough of what they're doing. But Roffey put out was it a 2-1 win?
2-1 win. Yeah. I mean, seeing that come through, and it was like 2-1, and it was like about 5 minutes to go, counting down. Then look again at full time, and it's like Roffey have done them 2-1. And we all know with Roffey, when they want to pull a result out, they can do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they've had an up and down season so far. Possibly a couple of things in the background. You know, they've got a fantastic stadium coming down there. We ourselves have spoken to the chairman about it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you've got to drop a little bit, maybe revenue-wise, to be a bit more sustainable in there. Can they kick on now? Because look, they're in 10th place, 31 points, couple of wins, and they're in the old playoff hunt.
I mean, if they can, this win yesterday for them is massive. You've beaten the league leaders,
and that's Monty there, because he was obviously.
And there we go, the poshest name in football, Monty.
Yeah, Monty Watson-Price, love him.
And yeah, I mean, this is a big win for them in the season. So if they can now go off and get a run of 3-4 games or back-to-back wins, then they're looking decent for the second half of the season.
I mean, right, I'm looking at their games now coming up. They're going to Lancing away next week. Tough one at YM at home. Tough one at Pagham. Lingfield. He can start putting a run together, Jack's lads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you look at that and you think Lancing should be a win.
Well, they picked up points recently, though.
They picked up points yesterday.
You can't write off a team that's fighting for their lives, mate.
No, not at all, because they're the worst teams to play.
They are, because they have nothing to lose. They have to go and scrape those points. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It is win or die. But Jack's a great guy.
Jackie's,
a real another open one. You ring him up, message him, bang, anything you need, he sorts it out.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes of that club, when we went there, showed us massive love. Beautiful place. Really open club. Hope they kick on.
I mean, come on, they let us commentate, so
yeah,
you're letting us to commentate, then you're in trouble.
Well, Monty said there, showing we can beat anyone, just need to keep the level for every match.
That's it.
That's what it is, isn't it? It's consistency.
Yeah.
You know, Haywards Heath are not going to play to an 8.5 out of 10 every week. It just doesn't happen.
No.
You know?
Players get tired.
You look at Liverpool, right? They won like 5-6 games at the beginning of the season. Everyone thought they won the league by September. Now look at them.
Yeah.
You know,
dwindling down now.
You kick on. So, I mean, I haven't seen the highlights from that game.
I haven't seen the Haywards Heath highlights yet. No, I'll probably have watched them later. Actually, no, it'd be tomorrow because obviously after this I'll be in bed, so I won't be watching anything. But yeah, I mean, like Jack, well done, great win yesterday. And I've also, I think with that win yesterday, it shows that Haywards Heath can be beaten in the league.
Yeah, take nothing away from it. They are the best team I have seen in this league by that. Yeah. But as we said, you're not always going to get the point. They've played a lot of games recently, and some of these games Town have played are big games, and that takes, as a player, it takes a lot of adrenaline out of you. It takes a lot of bang, and that, you know, I'm not saying there was any, because actually I think the game was at Haywards Heath yesterday. They reversed the fixture potentially at the Energy Stadium. The players at our level here, in this level we're dealing, are not robots. Okay,
they've got full-time jobs.
You know, they have lives outside of football.
Yeah. You take it. Majority of those players, full-time jobs as well. So they're doing their full-time job Monday to Friday, plus training during the week, and then it's like, right, boys, see you on Saturday. They then got literally it's another working day. They're doing 6 days a week.
And it's tough. And when you get past this Christmas end, the season, this is where I feel you start separating the men from the boys. Yeah. This is what I call pushing on to the business end of the season. You know what they say in the Prem, you know, you look for the people that are up there at Christmas. That's that kind of halfway season point.
Yeah.
Where you then get players picked up by teams left, right, and centre. You know, you play a lot of games over the Christmas period.
Oh, God, yeah.
Especially when you're doing your Boxing Days or your 27th the day after. You know, that's going to mean you're going to potentially lose some players because, as we said, these lads have got a life.
Yeah.
And, you know, if like what Mitch was saying, how can you put the pressure on them all the time?
Exactly.
If they're only earning a little bit of bunts, right? And they've got to make this commitment, especially around a time where, you know, it's like everyone wants to let a bit loose. You want to do things with your family, you know, and that. And sometimes, I know I was like it. Sometimes you see those fixtures, and if it weren't for the fact that a lot of them are derbies, derbies around there, you need to get that extra bit of motivation in there. Okay, so look, I had Roffy kick on. I'll put that down to nothing but a blip from Haywards Heath. I see nothing really stopping.
Yeah,
I mean, Stenning are doing bits. What are they, 12 in a row now?
12 wins in a row.
Hammy's doing bits over there, isn't he?
Yeah,
but
really
he's
is.
got the players. It's a bit
easier.
He's got
good players as well.
When you recruit those players, as we said, the Jarvises, the Bridgmans, people like that, the Bens,
Harry Heath,
you know,
Heath's quality, quality player. We saw that at Lancing last season as well, beginning of last season.
Let's have a little chat about Lancing because they pulled off a lovely win yesterday.
They did
a 4-2 win. You know, I'm buzzing for Mr. Gander down there, a guy that obviously come in a terrible situation pre-season that everyone knows about. I ain't going into. I know Midhurst and Eastbourne had man sent off. Quite a tasty game, I heard. To be fair,
they were. I think Lancing were 2 down early on, and
really?
then I looked. 31 minutes gone. It was 3-2 Lancing.
Wow.
So it shows that they turned it on, and then they went and got that extra goal, won it 4-2. But yeah, I mean we spoke to Martin at Lancing, and we go down and we'll say hello to him and have a chat with him. And I think now, and like Billy has said, you could see Lancing and the team that are going to pick up the results, and potentially
that was potentially a bit of a 6-pointer yesterday.
Oh god, yeah.
With Midhurst and Eastbourne.
Yeah.
Now I know Midhurst they've had a few changes there. I do know that I think if they stay in this league, they will kick on next year. From what I hear behind the scenes, they're going to be able to potentially pick up some more players that they're going around. But Lancing could put themselves a chance of getting out of this shit.
Yeah.
So it's in their hands.
You got to
be easy.
No, it's not going to be easy because you've got all the other teams around you. Who are the teams above Lancing? The 3 teams above them.
Sure. Oh, above them.
Above them, yeah.
Crawley Down, Gatwick, Little Common, and Wick.
So obviously this coming Wednesday.
Split by 5 points.
Yeah. So this coming Wednesday, Haywards Heath are playing Crawley Down in the league.
Oh right, okay.
So that's again a must-win game for Crawley. But
it's a bit of a false league like that though. You say that because Crawley are like at least 2 or 3 games behind the rest of them because obviously they've
got games in hand.
Yeah, they've only played 16. Okay,
right.
So they win 3 games in there.
Oh,
and they're well out of trouble.
Yeah, but then
they've had a great cup run so far, which they are still flying the flag along with Haywards Heath in Sussex for.
Yeah, and then you think Haywards Heath though they're going to want to bounce back from that Roffey loss, and if Kev's drilled it into him, then is it going to be?
I don't worry about he would have certainly done that.
What was it he got called in the doc? The non-league Guardiola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate. He is a proper coach.
Well, we've watched the documentary, so we've seen what he's like, and we've seen him. We've been to match days at Haywards Heath, so
there's a lot of clubs in the leagues above that want him.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Not only him, his support staff as well.
Yeah.
But I think for him, from the way he come across when we were on the SNF podcast the other night,
yeah, it was good.
He knows he's got a foundation to kick on. They've got the new pitch coming in. They've got a great chairman, great vice chairman, as well. They want to back the club, so don't be worrying about them, mate. Don't be worrying about the Haywards Heath Pep. He's doing bits there, and
they're going to be fine.
But it's a long season, mate. They will be more twists and turns. There will be teams down in 19th, 18th, 17th place, potentially beating some of the top 3, 4 in there.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen. You're not going to have the top 3 or 4 beat every team down that bottom half. There's going to be a day where it's going to be a wet, rainy day. Something doesn't go right, and they slip in and just get a 1-0 scrappy win. They're the games that are the exciting ones, not your 3 or 4 nils. It's the scrappy 1-0s. So that's what makes that league.
Oh, just moving on a bit, man. Just dropping down a league a bit.
Yeah.
What a game. Billingshurst Infinity. Infinity win. Infinity going into the Den there. I think they played at Worthing Football Club again.
It was Woodside again, yeah.
It was a Woodside again, yeah. Which there. half time it was 1-1, and Infinity came out with the winners 4-3. And I believe they had I think they had Tierney sent off as well after about 75, 80 minutes or whatever it was. Infinity have been quietly going about their business, mate.
They're a quiet team.
Mm.
They're the ones you've got to watch out for.
I had the pleasure of doing a podcast with. He is the guy. Hello, Woody.
Hello, guys. I'm back.
Mr. Woods.
How are you? Don't tell me you've been away. Where you been, mate? You've been trying to hook yourself
away game.
Mate, I'll be honest. Got thumped today.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Let's talk about Infinity in a minute. Bill, go with it.
Yeah. So
what's that?
Mention about Infinity and Billingshurst, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, then you do got to do, boys. Sorry.
So yeah, Infinity quietly going about their business because you were down at Billingshurst a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fantastic team. You know, absolutely fantastic team. Tacking, brilliant. Probably be a concern they should more in there, but going forward they look electric.
They're number 9.
Yeah,
Billingshurst number 9.
And that now puts them
Ronnie Reeves, yeah, again.
Yeah, Reeves.
Player, mate, player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, for sure. But looking at Infinity now, 2 games in hand on Gorham in town.
Yeah.
Our mate Mo.
Yeah.
They win those games in hand, 2 points behind.
Look, it's going to be tight, Mike. It's going to be like, sorry, I'm jumping in. Firstly, apologies to our guest today that I wasn't on.
That was Mitch.
I've not been too well, and excuse me, but I've not been too well, and I decided not to drive to the game I was at today, and I got on the minibus, and I didn't really think it was a good idea to go live with the team on that because I thought it might be carnage. So I didn't want to give our viewers that, and I don't think it's a good look for anyone. So I obviously I was late, but better late than never, as they say.
Absolutely.
And but yeah, fuck it, yeah. I think with that division, and then we'll talk about everything else. I think this time, and also, by the way, I don't know if you've mentioned about the Prem, and we'll talk about Haywards, Roffey beating Haywards Heath.
Yeah, we just mentioned that, mate.
Yeah, look, I don't think either leagues are guaranteed that the teams sitting at the top, like a Godalming and a Haywards Heath, are going to win those leagues. I actually think I think we might have as a podcast, and I think others have been quite premature about the elected champions of both, and me included in that, by the way. Like I think I have, and I looked at the table, the Prem. I was checking it this morning.
I can't say Haywards Heath not winning.
I tell you, I think they're too good to not win it, right? I do. However, Mike, sometimes in life, you can be set up to fail. And what I mean by that is I think they're an unbelievable team. I think they probably play the best football at that level. They're now going to have, it's now the sticky months. So December, January, February are the sticky months, right? On sticky pitches. Yeah. Even their home pitch will get quite wet at this time of year. So won't be as poppy as it is in the nice months. Roffey, who by the way have had a couple of leaky games as well. I know they've been all right. I know they won 5-0 last week or whatever against Shoreham, but I don't know, fucking is what it is. I think Roffey have just turned them over. I sometimes think it might be the commentator's curse. I watched the podcast. I watched the documentary pilot, and I'm sure you both did too.
What do you think? I thought it's fucking brilliant.
I thought it looked the bollocks.
Yeah.
It felt expensive. It was well shot. Good narratives.
Good one there.
Good narratives. I like the car. I like the camera on the car angle for when Al Shui was going.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Shui's great.
I just think if you didn't know better, that was like a celebrationary.
I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I don't.
That's the way I look. That's why I felt it was very much like it felt like it was job done. And I think Kev ain't stupid. Don't get me wrong. I think Kev's fantastic at what he does, and it was nice to get a bit of insight into what he does, right? But it felt very much job done. Not saying it is job done because it ain't, and it proved at the weekend that it's not. And if Stenning aren't a million miles behind them, Mike.
No,
6 points,
12
couple of
wins in a
sticky
row now.
wickets, couple of sticky wickets.
I'm sorry, Bill, but I can't agree with you, pal. And this is what this show's about.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly, yeah.
There is no way that they've decided to do that because they think things are in the bag. Yeah, there's no way that they went 17 on the bounce, which is near enough unheard of. We must say that, across not just our leagues in general. There is no way they would have upset the apple cart by thinking, do you know what? We're flying. We're nearly guaranteed we're going to be there. We'll start rolling the stock out. Yeah. I think they did it because they are a step forward club in the making. We know that.
Yeah, 100%. Without question.
Yeah. And they've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
They could have started that back in August.
Yeah.
It just might, I don't think there's nothing related to the fact that they lost at the weekend because
no.
Are you trying to say they're taking the foot off the gas?
No, I don't. I think sometimes like external influences can there's no rhyme or reason, none, right? There's no rhyme or reason with it, none. But sometimes these things happen. Like you do something fucking amazing. Like that documentary is brilliant. Yeah,
it's good.
Brilliant.
Really.
But then the next game, they get beat for the first time. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? It's like
yeah. I'll give you.
By the way,
but they were going to get beat at some point.
Of course, they were going to get beat at some point. But saying that, I actually thought they would go throughout the whole season undefeated. So me saying, of course, is bollocks.
I think they're going to win the Vase.
I think. I don't know. I know how sometimes these games play out, right? And I think it's a great documentary. I think it gets Steve's situation across.
I thought it was good to get a situation across.
And I think I've said on this podcast what him and his wife and family have done for that club, and some of the challenges that they've had with the trust. Like when I was there for a bit, like Steve was very open with me, and the challenges aren't fucking nice. Like that it should be thinking about the football club, but not always the case, right? Yeah. So they have to deal with that. And sometimes those things are set up. So I think Kev's wise enough, and he's won this league before with Stenning, and he's had sticky wickets in the past, right? He just now will go back to the drawing board and go, right, fucking that ain't happening again. How do we bounce back from that? But what could happen, not saying it will, is they could have a little bit of a sticky run, right? And that could stand in 11 in 11?
12.
12. Well, there you go, 12 and 12, right? And they're not giving up, are they? I was shocked when I looked at the table. I thought that Hayward's Heath would have been like 12, 13 points clear, but they're not. They're not. So it's
they're level on points with Stenning now, which some players, some fans, coaching that it's a psychological thing, in there. But let's look at Heath's next few games.
Yeah. Who they got? Who they got?
I'll tell you who they got. Crawley Down Gatwick next week. At home.
Win.
Midhurst and Eastbourne. At home.
Win.
So there's their two games.
Yeah.
I think Crawley Down will be a bit more tougher than a rollover. Do you know what I mean? Then 27th of December.
Go on.
Away to Stenning.
Oh,
big one. I'll be there. Don't worry.
It's media dream, isn't it? Media dream day, that one.
It's the IBB10 show dream, that I'll tell you.
You know that.
Yeah.
And then they've got Wick, and then they go to Goring Mead, YM away. So
have we spoke about YM today?
No, I wanted. I know you messaged earlier. You had a couple of things.
I'm gonna message Gilesy myself anyway as a mate, but I really don't want people to start hating what he does. And what I mean by that, he wasn't in the dugout yesterday. He's obviously serving a ban of somewhat, which he's not allowed to talk about. I'm not allowed to talk about. I think I'm going to get blackout. But I think I don't like the narrative, right? Because you can't blame referees can't be ganging up on Horsham Wyham. That's got to be bollocks, right? For starters, number one, you can't get away with that shit in football. You just can't. There's too many cameras now for it to be like that. And also, I think we can't keep. Look, refs are poor in the sense they will make mistakes, human errors. If I was a referee, I would make the same. Mike, you would. Lee, you would, right? Lee, maybe more than us too, Mike, right? Obviously, but
they're not robots. They ain't robots.
No, they're not robots. They're going to make human error mistakes, right? Now, Lee, you were at the game yesterday. It was the second yellow, got sent off, right? And so Trev was at the game as well, I believe, and he believed it was a second yellow and he deserved to go off.
Yeah, Trev did say that.
Trev did it, yeah. Now, my thing is, that's okay. Like refs again get it wrong, and sometimes you have the cards they get wrong because little tug shirts they might book you for a shirt pull, and they might not for the next one, right? Or you know how it works, right? So I look at it and go, stop putting yourself in situations where you are going down to 10. If that player's a fucking liability, get him on the booking, get him off the pitch, make a sub. You know, like. Maybe that's because Jolsey weren't there. They didn't have that same game management that I would imagine he would bring.
Their other lads would have filled straight in. Do you know?
And
I know having him there is the thing, but we can't be blaming discipline on the fact he ain't there.
And also, right? I didn't like the Stenning. Like X account, the way look, celebrate a win, but I didn't realize there was that much animosity, and it just feels like maybe people are really turning on Horsham YM and they are starting to become a hated club.
Wow. Finish what you're saying, mate, and I've got
and me.
Yeah, I've got the same for Charles, right? Yeah.
You reposted.
What?
No. So if you look, the Skeffel Twitter account reposted Stenning's celebration in the changing room.
Really?
You can't expect the league shouldn't be doing that.
Look, okay.
But hold on. Right. Let's get to the point, and then we'll go on to that, right?
Yeah.
So, number one, I've seen the things about, like, obviously Giles is on a ban, fine, right? Fucking ain't the first ban he's had. And there'll be many more. Right? That's the hot-natured character that he is, right? And he's just
a winner.
He's always been that way. He ain't going to change, right? But at the same time, like off the pitch and stuff, he is an absolute fucking gent. Like I don't care what anyone says, he's a gentleman, right?
He is, yeah.
But I don't know. I think he is better than this, and I'm not saying he's doing it. So this isn't like Giles. He stopped tweeting that rubbish or acting that way or whatever.
He don't run the.
No, of course he doesn't. And also, and I'm not even knocking. I think Horsham YM's some of their social media is top fucking notch for the level, right? So I'm not going to sit here and bang at them, but I just think they don't need. Sometimes you just don't need to be hated, look, because ultimately, the way Stenning reacted to the win, the YMCA post, then look, if you beat Horsham YM, you should be playing the village people in the training gym. That's part and parcel of it, right? You do it, especially on their turf, you do it. But like putting up the village people saying, oh, this was the Horsham defence today, that's bollocks because we know they're actually half decent defensively. And also, they were down to 10 to the last minute when they scored 2-1 to make it 2-1 and then 3-1, right? So they defended obviously quite resolutely. So sitting there and kind of taking a jab that way. But that then says to me, like, what's the problem? So then you open it up a little bit more and then you read comments about Stenning were first class on the bench and Horsham weren't, right? Who on the bench weren't? Who was a nuisance?
I've just had Mo, got on with Mo, message me. Said, Billy, spot on. Reputation precedes you with refs.
Yeah,
whether
it does.
you like it or not.
Like I've always with referees, I've always before every I really like I'm about to get banned myself for saying that's bollocks, right?
Yeah,
I am. It came in this week. I'm going to get a ban. Like it is what it is. I've appealed some of it because the second bit just didn't make any sense at all. But I'm going to get. Mate, whether you appeal or not, you're going to get banned. They don't listen to you. Like if the referee says, thankfully the two linesmen were there, so they can actually back me up that I didn't do it. Yeah. But
let's go back to what you said about Stenning there, right? Because I don't agree. And bearing in mind, you know, I've got a lot of love for all the people at Horsham, yeah.
And by the way, I really like Stenning. So I think the gaffer is doing from what happened last season to what they're doing now, fucking brilliant. And I was worried Stenning would be a Lancing story.
Okay.
And we'll drop down to this league and then start petering out and being, you know, a club in the bottom half of this table. And they haven't. And that's credit to the gaffer, his staff, and actually the club from backing him. So fair shakes. But yeah, go on, Mike. Jump in. Sorry, mate.
Here's my take on it, right? We play football to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. We take our time out of our families and that to play the sport we love. It's the most emotional game you ever get.
Yeah.
You've got two teams there that are full of winners. Their gaffers are winners. Their coaches, their players.
Yeah.
Right? There has been needle, but there's needle with other teams as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they played that song, right? Listen, if you can give it out week in, week out, the day you get put down, you got to take it on the chin.
100%.
Right?
100%.
And look, that's a big win for Stenning there. Yeah. Same as it would have been a big win for YM, especially with how the A result went. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is banter. That is a bit of psychological thing. I think, you know, they made that clear. They posted that because they want to send a message in that way. Yeah. And I'll tell you one thing. The YM boys, the Hayward Heath boys, you know, Eastbourne boys, Throw boys, they get a result of that and there'd been a bit of needle, they would have done the same kind of thing, right? I'm all for it. Where does it cross the line? I don't think that crossed the line at all. I didn't know about the Scaffold League getting involved in that and retweeting all that. Yeah?
They reposted it.
But like I said, we've got to put our big boy pants on here. With the blow up of social media, podcasts, everything like that, there's always going to be one-upmanship in there, right?
Always.
Yeah. And I'm all here for it, as long as it gets to a line. Yeah. I looked at it. Yesterday I was out with some of my mates.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were at the Royal Rumble yesterday, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, we can't. Yes, we did.
Less we talk about that, the better. But
yeah,
at least you're on your way to WrestleMania, Mike. Eh?
Yeah, I'm 30th entrant, mate. What I'm saying is, this season's has a long way to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
God, yeah.
So now, if other teams start dropping points, other teams put that's on them, right? They'll be firing back. They are passionate guys. Okay, I think as well. Liam's already popped up on here. He's a bloke that'll take it on the chin like that. And I'll tell you what, he's a bloke that when if he went and turned over, if they played Sten again, I know not. He put it straight up there to them as well. Yeah, that's football. That's passion. That's why we play this game.
100%, mate.
I think it's good for the league that there is stuff like that going on because, like I said, for me, that didn't cross the line at all.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it. But then again,
look, I just think to myself, right?
But I see where you're going with the narrative that there could be. Monty just picks up on it. You know, there could be, and what Mo said. If you get into this situation where it's always someone else's fault, i.e., the ref or something like that, or you've had a couple of dodgy decisions go against you, and I've seen them. I've seen them.
Yeah,
we've all been there, right? And you're losing men. We had a message earlier, didn't we, Bill? You know, it can't be helping them going a man down.
No chance. Every week, but then at some point you have to look. If you know that is that's the state of play, that you have a reputation, right? For example, Vinnie Jones, you always knew he had a reputation, right? Wimbledon, like fucking, okay.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh fuck, I'm reffing. You telling me referees didn't go? Oh fucking hell, I've got Wimbledon this weekend. Oh fuck it, Leeds in the like the 80s,
Leeds as well,
you know, like, or even Mourinho's Chelsea, or like even that, like nowadays, like I know VAR helps them, they don't really have to make a fucking decision anymore. But like if you think back to then, do you think referees, humanly, are not going to have an opinion on you, or and if they have, because they can't, yes, they are unbiased, right? But they're gonna live somewhere locally. Like look, I'm never gonna say a referee cheats for me, right? But I know certain referees I get on better with than others, and I know
you feel that influences the game that you're in.
I wouldn't say influences it, but I know what I can get away with and can't get away with. So, for example, me saying that's bollocks and getting red carded, I know I've never met that ref in my life before, so like it was one of those, right? But if I said that to Owen Radley, who is quite strict and quite firm,
I love Owen, by the way.
Same, and he says it how he is. But if I said that to Owen Radley, he wouldn't. I know he wouldn't have sent me off. He would go, you're gonna. That's your opinion, Billy. See you later, and that would have been it. Do you know what I mean? Because one, he would have known my tone and known, or maybe a little frustrated, but I'd done it in the right way. Yeah, I used the word bollocks, but fuck me, we're grown adults. It's not like it was youth football and I had 9-year-old kids on the pitch and I've gone storming up to the referee demanding an apology, and you know, so like you have to read. I think people have to read the room, but knowing that, and Giles' his staff have got to be a bit better, right? Not just Giles, his staff have got to be a bit better. They've got to realise that if they are targeted, and I'm not saying they are, so this isn't me sitting here saying that the referees are targeting them, but if there is, oh fucking hell, I've got Wyham today, fucking hell, he's going to be in my ear 90 minutes. Oh, that player is fucking a nasty cunt. Do you know what I mean? All those things, right? Then you've got to make sure that when you go into the game, you go and shake the ref's hand, you're nice as pie. You're a little bit less of a dick on the sideline, maybe. Like maybe just rein it in a bit, rein your players in a bit. Like make sure that they don't put it on it too early and put themselves on bookings to run the risk of getting sent off.
Ultimately, though, you have to look at yourself.
Yeah, and Jolesy would. Like it's not, but the narrative online is, why always us? Do you know what I mean? So knowing the man, I know he will be looking at everything going, fucking hell, was that sending off? If it's not, why are we getting these bookings? Like, it will be looking at that, right? But like whether you're reporting the referees, whether like I saw on Twitter, referees have a WhatsApp group. Yeah, they probably do. They probably cut us all off.
We're about to bring under the brand a bi-monthly ref, a step 4 ref.
Okay.
Is coming on board. Can't say much about it at the moment.
Right. Okay.
But under this brand here, and he. I spoke to him. I'm not saying it is, but I spoke to him for about an hour during the week. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've asked him about things, and he mentioned about the refs WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't know that. So there, you are thinking people get targeted. But
mate, I'm not being funny. Would you want to put up with the abuse that they put up with?
No. For 50, 60, 70 quid a
Mate,
game.
no.
You're having a bowling, yeah.
I felt so embarrassed getting sent off the other week. So embarrassed. I genuinely thought I've turned over a new leaf. I'm this calm version. Don't get me wrong, I'm not always calm, but I thought I was this kind of, what will be will be. Because like with just to give you a bit of context, my women's team is a real process this year, right? Good and bad.
Yeah.
Like we're not good enough to win the league. We're not good enough to go down. We're not bad enough to go down. We're a mid-table team at best. We're going to win some weeks. We're going to lose some weeks. Defensively, we're good, but we keep making really silly errors, Mike. Last 3 weeks, we had to dig ourselves out of trouble in a cup. Luckily, we won on pens. Then last week in another cup, we went 3-0 down before we decided we want to play. Then we bopped them around the park, but just couldn't finish fucking for love nor money. But then the 3 goals were poor goals, like just a couple of individual errors. Today, we start incredibly well, and then a blunder happens, and you go, you can't. And then you can't equate for the mood it brings everyone down. So like I'm at a real kind of optimum peace with my position with Hastings United women, that we're going to win some weeks 2-3-0. We're going to lose some weeks 3-4-5-0, right? Depending on who we play. We might draw 1-1, we might draw 0-0. It's just about process this year, and it's a growth time, and players will come in, some players will leave. We'll be just motoring it back on, right? So when I got sent off, it was embarrassing because, and I think we should have that embarrassment. I think us as managers or coaches, we should be embarrassed by our behaviour because we can't keep blaming these referees.
No, I think that's a fair one. That is a fair one. I think going back to it, another fair one is, who the fuck wants to be a referee? I'll be honest, right?
Yeah.
Do you really want to get paid, 60 quid to run around in front of maybe 300 fans, 22 players, maybe another 6, 8 coaches, yeah? You're never going to please anyone. The only time a referee they say a great game is when no one speaks about him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I know. It's madness.
We've witnessed it a couple of times.
But this game hasn't got enough referees. So if we're looking at referees, we have to judge them on the standard because there's not enough coming through.
And they're promoting people way too soon, not ready
Agreed.
for it, but they're having to because they need to fulfill the fixtures.
Because it's people like us, and I put my hand up because I was one of the. I was an arsehole player that always thought it was someone else's problem. Yeah,
yeah.
Someone did. It was always the ref. Always had a dig. But you have to look at yourself in the mirror, mate. You know, that man in the mirror thing. Yeah. These guys give it up. I know you get some bell ends. I know you get some that you instantly meet and you think, oh, you know what I mean?
I like the ones, Mike, that I don't care if they get things wrong, as long as they know, like the ones that tell you why they thought that it was. Even if it wasn't. Like I don't mind that. Like when I went to a ref and asked him about the thing, if he was like, Bill, like from my angle, she won the ball because she won, like, then it's like, sweet, right? It is what it is. But the ones that are really arrogant with it, they're the problems. But look, like there's a guy, a black referee, I don't know his name, but he talks a lot. He does the line at like a lot of.
I know you mean, yeah. What's his name?
But he talks and he's funny as fuck, right?
Yeah,
and he's not.
And he gives the banter back, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not the most amazing, but he.
But
I don't mind. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Communication. You know, if I'd rather.
I think he was at the Stenning game yesterday, running the line.
Was he?
Okay.
Lino, yeah. I
know
about.
He's brilliant. He's so funny. Like genuinely, when I see him, it actually, there you go, Raj, that's his name. He brightens up my day. Like he genuinely brightens up my day because he's. You think about it, it's for 40, 50 quid or whatever it is, yeah? Like you say, it's not a lot of money they get paid. No. He wants to be there. Do you know what I mean? He wants to be there.
And you need more people like him coming through.
And there's another one. I think his name's Jamie, a little short ref. He's about 5'2".
Yes. Has he got really short hair and that?
Yeah, and he shouts really loud. He does.
Yeah.
He cracked me up. So like we went to penalty shootout, and I didn't know where penalty takers were. So we had a corner when he blew up for the final whistle, right? So I thought, right, I'm gonna have a tactical one here. So I went over to him, shouting and hollering, "Halfway in the corner!" I was doing it so Alex and the staff could get everyone set up for penalties. He booked me right for me having but I was just delaying as much as possible to get things set. And then after the game, and I told him about it, like we were having a laugh, we lost the penalty shootout, but we had an absolute laugh and like we were joking about it in the bar, right? That's the sort of people you want. He's like, Billy, look, didn't want to have to book you, but you came over to me, you were loud in front of the supporters. If I don't do it, I look like a mug, so I'm gonna have to book you.
If he don't do that, he ain't doing his job.
Yeah, it's totally fine. And I think,
don't forget that these guys have to go in the chat, the clubhouse after. They sit with their, in their little group there, eating their little chili con carne and that.
Yeah, I know.
Right, and they must have.
Especially if they've had a stinker. Like we can go and if you're at home, I can go and hide in my office, right?
Yeah.
And I don't go out.
Yeah.
Or if I'm away, I might not go in the bar. I might just fuck off home, right? It is what it is. If I've had a stinker, but they don't. They sit. They get their money. They do what they have to do. And look, I just think, look, knowing Jolesy, again, I've said it before. He's not a prick. He's not an egomaniac.
He's a great guy.
He is someone who probably does roll out the red carpet to referees when they come. But unfortunately, his team now have a really bad reputation. And whilst there might be issues, there might be circumstantial stuff with that. It is what it is. Like he has to understand that he's got to change the mentality of the place. Like the siege mentality, the everyone hates us, Millwall sort of vibe. It works.
Mourinho vibe.
I felt it was more like Millwall, mate. Like it felt like no one likes us, we don't care. Do you know what I mean? But
I think
Charles is a Millwall fan.
Yeah,
so,
I think he is.
Yeah, that probably sums it up. But I think for me, when I look at it, I go, he's a manager I believe will manage higher, right?
No, we know that.
That's Horsham or not.
We know that.
Let's get rid of this tag now because it ain't gonna. I don't think it helps.
Okay.
Well, and this is me. This is how serious I am about it. I'm not talking about a mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I genuinely care for.
Mate of school, yeah.
Yeah. So what about the headbutt heard around the world? Have we talked about that yet?
No. What is all this? What is all this? I haven't. Like I said, I've been.
I want some exclusives.
Go on.
We love an exclusive on IBB10 show.
Talk to me.
Welling United versus Potters Bar Town. Step 3.
Yep.
Game doesn't kick off. Allegedly. Okay.
You have to say.
And by the way, we'll go into what I think because I actually know both of them. Like Ryan Maxwell, top guy, Irish manager, manages Welling, did unbelievable with Sittingbourne last year. Was very complimentary on my Lancing side when we played them at home. We lost 1-0. A lovely bloke. Saw him early this season at Hastings with Sittingbourne. I think he does things the right way. He's not. If he's not your manager, you hate him. If he's your manager, you love him. But
what's happened?
He's honest, mate. He's honest, Mike. He's an honest man, right?
I like that.
Sammy Moore, Potters Bar Town manager, right?
Cool.
I'm really well with Potters Bar Town years and years ago. Something happened. It didn't really work out. He left. He's bounced around a bit. He's a good friend. I like Sam. I like him. A lot of people don't. Rubs people up the wrong way. Has bounced around jobs worse than me. And I know, poor fucker, right? His reputation precedes him.
Okay.
Football league player, play for Wimbledon, whatever you like. Got time for it.
I know what you're talking about now.
Now, supposedly, and this is where it's a supposed, because I don't know if it's definitely true.
There's a lot of chatter about this online,
but we're going to talk about it.
Go on, Bill. Let's make sure we're sued as a podcast early doors.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck it. Go on. Why not? So, striker, Femi. I'm going to bumble his last name. Everyone knows who he is. He was at Hastings for a bit, then went on. He's the one who tweets "Bills paid" when he scores goals and wins games, right? "Bills paid" is his catchphrase. So when they lose or he loses, people will tweet "Bills have not been paid this week," right?
Take it.
And he does. He tweets a lot about God, and he's like, glory to God, and he seems to live a quite clean life, and I'm all for that. Especially this new kind of calm Billy Woods. It's like I back that. So
Buddhist wood.
Mate, I found Jesus. What can I say?
That's it.
But with regards to him, he was at Welling.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if he was under contract to Welling, but there was an agreement put in place for him to leave Welling, and then he went to Potters Bar Town.
Okay.
I'm under the understanding that agreement was you can have him, and you can have him now, and we'll do this, but he can't play against us. That was the gentleman's agreement.
Okay. But it weren't written in stone.
Mike,
Gentleman's agreement, though.
Ryan Maxwell, if you have a gentleman's agreement with Ryan Maxwell, fucking keep your gentleman's agreement, right?
Yeah.
And if you've got a gentleman's agreement, keep your gentleman's agreement anyway. Let's be real. Now, I'm not saying this is definitely the case, okay? Because if it ain't, I'm sure I'm going to let Sammy Moore message me in a bit. But team sheets come in.
Easy on there. Shithousery.
I just had a look. What the fuck is this? Right? Storming in.
Great impression.
It's gone storming in. It's gone storming right in there.
Wow.
What's going on? It's got heated. Now, I'm not saying this happens because I don't want anyone to get arrested. And I don't think the police should have been called for this. I think fucking come on. You two like
where's this guy?
Words are exchanged, like the team sheets, and supposedly, bang!
A little Gaz Wigan kiss.
Yeah, supposedly, Sammy's in hospital.
Really?
Ryan Maxwell in cuffs. Game postponed before they've even kicked off.
Before they've played.
Yeah, look. I'm going to probably get hate for this, right? Because
Well, you're used to it, mate. So it's only skin off a duck's
back. Yeah, but how mad is that, by the way?
That's nuts. To not even get the game kicked off. Everyone's turned up to watch a game, and then one manager's getting carted off in an ambulance.
The game has been postponed today because someone's got nothing.
Yeah,
look, it's not funny. Assault's not funny. I know, I'm making a bit of a joke. I'm making a joke out of it because if it's not true, it's just another stupid non-league story, isn't it? But if that's actually what's happened, fucking hell.
If that's true, he's looking at
he's done.
He's long.
How would the owner there will sack him? I'm sure, because how your ban will be so long, wouldn't it?
I mean, 10, 12.
Mate, for a headbutt, you could get years. I think
you
could get done for GBH,
yeah,
ABH, whatever it is, couldn't he? As well, if the police were called, if Sammy Moore presses charges,
and this guy's ended up in hospital.
He's supposedly with a broken nose, yeah.
Can we get him on?
I'm not laughing because of the situation.
No, look, I was cracking up, right? And at the same time, it's not funny. It ain't. No. But it sounds like it sounds like a made up story, doesn't it?
Well, how made up can it be if the geezer's in hospital and the game got postponed?
Yeah, Potters Bar was tweeted about it and they said we're not going to make any further comment. Then I think Welling done the same, and I think both disabled who could write on the posts, and yeah, it got a bit naughty. People thought it was the fans fighting beforehand, but I don't think Potters Bar Town have that many fans, so it couldn't have been that. But yeah,
that's that. William Wood with the word from the leagues, blimey, mate.
That's a bit of Mike game as well. He'd be well up to see something like that.
Yeah, I would, to be fair. Yeah, look, whatever happens in that situation, and obviously, there's no place for that in football, right? I've had bans, and I've when I've been on the pitch and I've done stupid things. So do you know what you feel embarrassed about? Yeah, and then you have to go home to your wives, your kids.
Everyone's talking about it. Oh.
Yeah, and then you start, and then it buzz on the social media and everything like that, and it's a long problem that you don't want.
Yeah,
right? And if that happens 100 times, 99 times in the morning, they're like, "Oh, why did I do that?"
But look, I'm going to say one thing on Ryan's defence. If they're in the gentleman's agreement and they played the player, that's shit. That was shit.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying, Mike, is if I was in that situation and it was a male manager, not another female manager against a male, well, obviously that'd be weird. But maybe I might have dropped to their butt.
Oh, mate, you'd have to run, jump, and hit him in the knee with the size of you, lad.
I know, mate. Fucking.
They just move out of the way and he just goes past them.
No, I'll headbutt their belly button. Like a little tickly kiss.
Well,
no, but I'll be, mate. Let's be honest, you'll be fuming, wouldn't you? Like, say for example, I don't know, like we had it with give a bit of like, I think we had it at Hastings with Herne Bay, right? Didn't need the player because they fucking battered us, but Jack Lyons went there. He's now at Crowborough, but he went there, and the agreement was that he wouldn't play against us, and they stuck to it. Herne Bay stuck to it, and I think I'll be honest. I think that like they might not have. You know, we were thinking fucking they're probably going to go against it, but they stuck to it, and I think that's the right thing to do. Like, it's the right thing to do. So
I think there's still a long way in football where the handshake or the behind the closed doors agreement in that way, they've obviously helped him out by releasing the player.
Yeah.
And don't stick it straight in their face when they go on. You know, have they done anything wrong? If it's not in writing or anything like that, you know, they haven't. However, from a respect from that gentleman's agreement, I still take a bit of pride in that. Some do, some don't. I'm with you on that, Bill. That
look, if you look someone in the eyes and shake their hand on something, then go through with it. Do you know what I mean? I just something smells wrong there. Like, I might have it all wrong. Then nothing might happen. Fucking
pelters, mate.
In Welling, for all I know, that Ruth could have come down, smacked Sam in the face, knocked him out. Like, could have been anything, especially with Welling's ground. It's falling apart. So,
and then the managers come in just to help him up.
Ryan's picked him up to give him a kiss of life. To help him over his face because he's like, you know, trying to.
And he's wrongfully been arrested.
And they're like, fucking hell, he's bit him.
This sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie, lads, or he's
Mike Tyson.
You know,
yeah, it's mad.
Well, cheers for that scoop, lad.
End of the day, like, it's craziness. Like, it's a crazy world we're in. Crazy world. But yeah, what other games did you talk about anyway?
Obviously, Stenning Horsham. We spoke about Haywards Heath, Roffey. But we also spoke about Lancing.
Lancing putting it back.
4-2 win, fucking up the Lancers.
Yeah.
So from being 2 down to them 31 minutes, 3-2 up.
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
And like I said, it's those are the sort of games that they're the scrappy games that they need to win that could see them get those points and climb out.
I'm gonna put it like this, right?
Go on.
With regards to like Lancing, I don't see Shoreham and Fardini's picking up enough points to put Lancing in problems now. I think Lancing will be all right, and I hope so as well. I genuinely do. And good on them. Good on Martin. Good on everyone down there. And I will go and watch a game this year. I feel like I should. I'm going to go and watch them play. And you know, I'm glad that
you're still allowed in there, Bill. Yeah.
Look, to be fair, like, Martin's fantastic. I really like Martin, and you know, like, I think it's a club that can do some amazing things. And I just think, weirdly, with me and Lancing, I think it was probably the right fit but the wrong time.
Yeah, you said before Like,
yeah, I think right fit, wrong time. Like, I think they were definitely the right club for me. I just think it was just the wrong time. And look, they're good people, and I always want them to do really, really well. You know, a couple of things I'll talk about. Hastings United.
Go on. Lovely win, wasn't it?
Big win yesterday. Margate away, 3-0. Made Margate look very.
He's been on a run, hasn't he, since taking over?
3 wins, 2 clean sheets, and a partridge in a pear tree, mate.
Bill, what's the vibe in the squad, pal?
I think it's the best we've looked for a long time. I think we look like a Hastings side. I think there's a good mix of players in there. There's players like I think how Jordan Mace was sitting around step 5, step 6, and stuff like that with like, no disrespect to Roffey at all, because obviously he has a good relationship there. Mate, he's a revelation, absolute revelation, and I've got so much time for the kid, and I'm so happy he's part of my club, and long may that continue. I think the back 2 pairing of Eugene, who was actually with me at Lancing last year, and Sam Pigeon, them two as a pairing have been fantastic.
Is it 3 on the bounce, Bill? 3 on the bounce?
3 wins on the bounce, yeah. He's flying, absolutely flying. And I think it's for me, I think it's just, I don't know, I just think it's so nice to feel Hastings again. Like, we're playing good football. There's a purpose to what we do. Dave's fantastic.
What about the crowd? They feeding it?
Crowds, mate, nearly 150 to 200. I think between 150 and 200 fans travelled to Margate yesterday.
That's tasty.
It's the Hastings.
It's showing that there's a change in there as well with the away travel.
And look, I'll put it this way, right? There's a way to do, like, there's a Hastings way, right? There genuinely is a Hastings way. And we're doing it the Hastings way now, and it is showing, right? And Dave's not from Hastings. Dave's not Hastings, right? But he 100% is the right man, and what he brings to the table with his staff, then with the current staff that have been like Bobby, who's been there for a long time, Josh, Sam Piper, who's also my physio for the women's team, has been with me on a few projects. Dave Martin and myself, I think there's just a real good mix, and we all bounce off each other so well. Like as a group, we like, as a group of staff, it's phenomenal. Like, if there's problems, we deal with it. If there's good things, we fucking praise it. If there's shit things, we iron it out, right? And I think the belief is there of the group. The belief is there, and buy into what we're doing and what Dave's doing. And long may that continue. And we're going to have rocky patches. There's going to be, like, it is like, you sometimes you have to sometimes ask yourself, imagine if we did this, like, imagine if we started the season like this, you know, like, imagine if, but ultimately it wasn't my choice at the time, and like it wasn't mine to have a say on who should be the Hastings manager at that point. But a guy that I really wanted to get the job, got the job, and look, I'm not gonna do a Hayward Heath documentary and blow my arm to too quickly. We've got 7 Oaks on Tuesday, but so far so good, and we just got to keep slowly ticking along.
Yeah.
Like, I think I said it before on here. Like, me and Dave talk all the time, and it's great.
Yeah, and I'm glad for him. Can I just mention something about your league as well?
Yeah, of course.
I was on the phone last week to one of the lads from East Grinstead Town. Yeah, Andy, who's the coach, you know, joint manager, assistant, over there. I've got a feeling they're going to pick up a few points. I've got a feeling it's a now or never situation for them. I think now, after speaking to him, I think that they drew yesterday. They got a draw against Bay.
Yeah,
in there. I think now they found a mix of players that they feel they can pull off the Great Escape with. And believe me, it's long. It's a big escape. Yeah. But he was confident, and I didn't hear any negativity in what he said. He was open, and he knew the task. And then straight away he goes and picks up a draw. You know,
Mike, do you not know they just signed?
I know.
They signed a geezer who made $1,000 off me in one game.
One game.
Yeah, Louis Theo Panos.
They
scored 6.
I knew
£100 a goal.
I knew they were signing him just before he got announced.
He ain't cheap, Mike. He ain't cheap.
Yeah, but whatever he's getting, right? If he helps him pull off the Great Escape, that might be one of the best investments.
Maybe, but right, I'm going to look at his team, right? Luke Leopard looks like he's playing right back, centre midfielder. Ridwan Uber, not bad. He's all right. He'll do all right. Good left foot on him. I had him at Eastbourne United with me back in the day. Lovely kid. We'll travel all the way down from London to play for Eastbourne United just because he liked it. Right? Yeah. Dom Vose. I think that's his 900th and 8th club, probably in the last 3 years, right? Very outspoken man.
Right.
We'll see what happens. Steve Smith loves a red card, right? Dan Thompson is where it's Curtis Gaylor, loads of time for Curtis and Ryan. So, and I think he's a class act, Curtis. And I know he's part of the coaching setup there as well.
Yeah, he's class.
Gordon Maguire-Drew, actually, I actually looked at trying to get him into Hastings under the previous manager because I felt we needed players. But at the same time, he's unfit and he's trying to get back from like injury and stuff. It's going to take him time, but a class act, expensive, former Football League player. Dan the Hitman Perry, goal scorer. Kieran Panman, fucking good player. Louis the goal machine, Theo Panos, right? Is what it is. You know, how do you reckon they're spending? And by the way, it's East Grinstead here, who I know ain't got a fucking pot to piss in financially with budgets. So who's paying for this? And
they may be playing for the love of the game.
Yeah, bollocks, mate. Fucking bollocks. Right. And also, not only that, right? I look at it like this, like Cam Lawson on the bench. You know, Cam Lawson's a player, by the way. I like Cam Lawson. My thing with it is I don't give a shit what people are spending, really. It's up to them. Whether it's coming out of Andy's pocket, coming out of bloody his work's pocket, coming out of, I don't know, Mr. Big from East Grinstead, who's, you know, running some sort of racketeering group, then I don't give a shit, right? I don't care.
We ain't that.
It's not that, but like, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But on the scheme of it, you look at it, right? So you look at the table. Let's pull up the table.
Yeah, look, they've got 4 points, mate.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing. So
not at all. They know that.
So they are 16 points away, yeah?
They're 12 points. Hang on. No, they're not.
No, a lot more than that, mate. They are 16 points from safety. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 6 wins, and you've got to hope no one else picks up a point to even get out of it.
That is going to be an escape, a great escape, if they do.
And also an extra point because they're on minus 52. It's an extra 30 goals compared to any other team, right? Mm-hmm. So you look at it like that and you go, fuck me, that's tough. Now, if they go and win 6 on the bounce, then they might get a bit closer. But even if they win 6 on the bounce, they're still going to probably be 9 points adrift or 12 points adrift. Do you know what I mean?
No worry. We got time, don't you worry.
So it's going to be a toughie, you know. Like, and again, I really respect that they're doing it. Like, and I respect that they're, you know, putting a bit of dough in to try and get out of the problem, right? But it's hard. It's going to be hard. Mm-hmm. You don't just want players there for cash. You want players there who are going to like dig you out.
Want to play, yeah.
But they got a draw yesterday against Herne Bay. They could have nicked 3 points. It was a late penalty, I believe.
I think it'd be interesting over the next 3 or 4 games.
I'll be honest. I'm not looking.
I definitely think They certainly haven't written themselves off. Okay.
No, good.
We
You
know it's
should.
going to be
It's
a big.
Christmas.
No.
The miracles happen this time of year, right?
Exactly. We will see what sort of miracle pulls off.
It could be the Christmas miracle. But like even with Hastings now, we're sitting 14th in the table, right? We are in the form guide. We are sitting a beautiful 5th still in the form guide. We picked up 3 points less than Whiteleaf and Sittingbourne in the last six games. Flying. So we're looking up. Will we get the playoffs? We're still a long way away.
I hope so, man. I want to come on a little playoff ride with you.
Yeah, I don't want to look over our shoulder. Let's look forward.
I want some of that prawn sandwich hospitality.
You can have it, mate. You can have it if you want. Dave Ormond does a lovely spread.
Right, gentlemen. 1,100 people. Again. Another over 1,000. So thank you to everyone that tunes in every Sunday to watch us ramble. But also, just want to say now, before we go, big things coming up. We've got next Sunday is the Christmas special, 8 till 9:59. And we have got Paul Wise, Tommy Haddon, and Lowell Edwards all on at the same time. There's going to be 6 of us on the pod next Sunday.
I've got no game, so I'll be on time next week.
All in Christmas jumpers.
I've got mine ready.
Christmas jumpers. But also, I have been in talks with.
Don't tell it yet.
Santa?
Don't say
Santa's
it.
one of them. I've got a personal number for Santa, but I've been in talks with 2 sets of guests that are going to be massive for the pod. So
wait till you got it signed on the dot. I know what you mean. And
exactly.
It is well, pretty unbelievable if that's true.
Yeah. So once it's all signed and sealed, then I will reveal. But if we do, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun.
Lads, it's been a pleasure.
As always.
Cheers, everybody.
Yes, thanks, guys.
And enjoy work tomorrow. Take care.
Yeah.
Now go get in bed. It's 10.
Laters, lads.
2 minutes, mate.